Spider. 4-2 Spider. Acorn. Acorn.
Ain't doing nothing.
Here we go. Carrier. Ready, ready. Cricket. Timber. 10-count show. Set. Dino. Griffin. Pilot. Here we go. Tuna. Tuna. Flare. Flare. Lasso! Lasso! Hornet! Hornet! Ready, ready!
A rivalry that started as an excuse to get to warmer weather in the winter has spawned decades of competition and tradition, and today, once again, these two will square off to find out who will take home the coveted jeweled shillelagh. Welcome everyone to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the USC Trojans, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Trojans will put total leather to crank us up. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. May change this route. Looking downfield, it's Roach. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockne's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do it, it's the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is, my brother.
He's into the open down the middle. The 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
Well, you love to see this offensively. On the first drive of the game, your quarterback taking a shot down the middle of the defense, finding a guy for a big play.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Red pass, it's complete. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone.
6 remain.
Gives it on the option. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
On 30 short, the run and looking for the first down. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front 7, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Just drives it between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Finds his big tight end. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize, so you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Newt Rockne had made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot, and obviously, Palmer, you add a trophy, it just gets way better.
It's like the greatest players to ever do it. I mean, Joe Montana for Notre Dame, Marcus Allen, his Heisman Trophy with the Trojans, and you're right. We could go on and on and on, and it always seems like those guys play their best games in this rivalry classic.
To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Booker. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. And the Trojans want to pick up the tempo.
Man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Wants to keep it in the air. Release to the back. This time he's got his man. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Wants to go up top. Quarterback now breaking the field. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Booker. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, USC.
This crowd knows when to bring it. From the gun, give on the inside. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
How nice is it in this offense to have a tight end like that guy that can come up with plays for you all over the field? We just saw the big 3rd down catch. He set him up here in the red zone. I like going back to him, maybe lining him and flexing him outside, getting a one-on-one opportunity for him to use him.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Trojans.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much in the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. To the air, it's Roach. Got a man, it's Potts. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Quarterback making checks.
Four-base bait. Four-base bait. Ready, ready.
The give on the option. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Trick 9B.
The inside handoff. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
He's got two. He's got two.
To the air on 2nd down. Sends it downfield. And he makes the catch at the 25. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
Looking to throw, it's Roach. Puts it out of the air. There he goes. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
He's looking to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. He might want another play.
Let's go, let's go. Yo.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
That brings us to 3rd and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Irish! Fired in from the red zone for the score. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's begin on what's going on in a big one in the American. UAB is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over East Carolina. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And this throw is incomplete.
This guy shot out of the cannon, 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Intercepted, the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Might be calling a hot route. Looking for a man. It's Roach. Finds his man. Now on 2nd down. Rides to back and leaves it. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Making side adjustments here.
Tanner. Canopy. Got it? Ready, set.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try.
22, water, shadow, shadow.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell They were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Going right to work up top. Gonna let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Working on the right. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Listen, the comeback route is one of the more difficult routes to throw in college football. You see zone, and they're bailing, getting out of there. Nice job by the receiver, sticking his foot in the ground, coming back to the quarterback, catching the ball. Nice pitch, nice catch.
Oh, they're after him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He'll take a shot. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of a defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop and limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the 2nd half.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Nice grab to get that squib kick inside the 10. And the returner will be knocked down. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They got Plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Trojans will punt this one away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
From the gun, the running back has it. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. We got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Might be changing the route. Back to pass, it's Roach. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going, and I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Stopped behind the line, and that's pretty much going to offset the gain on the previous play.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. It's now a one-point game, 14-13. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession.
Man, that's got to sting. This returner wants to make a big play for his team, wants to make something happen. You don't get very many opportunities to do it in a football game, and he did the exact opposite. Created a huge momentum play for the other team. That one's going to sting a little.
This is a design run. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try.
You got 2. You got 2.
They'll send the back in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The two-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Makes a connection. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now at the Coliseum and at USC, but this guy right here, he has been making his mark on this offense.
There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden, they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Pressure coming. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. The Trojans want to move quickly. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Unloads it downfield. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. Rides the back on the option to give. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Second down red zone opportunity. He'll take it himself. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Touchdown, Trojans! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focus.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Getting aggressive here and going for two. He'll set up to throw. And the sticky fingers allow them to grab the two-point conversion.
You know, teams practice two-point plays all throughout the week and all throughout the year for situations like that. You need to make it a three-point game so your opponent can only time out with a field goal. Great job of execution.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it on the left. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Wow, already up to 250 catches for his career.
That's a lot of catches. How about the consistency of this young man, the durability, the toughness? He's got all those characteristics, Palmer.
250 catches is impressive, too, because every week the defense knows they're trying to get this guy the ball, and still they cannot stop him.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Booker. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, USC.
They are really clicking along, first and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. He's got the tight end. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. And the Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up. Using his feet. Touchdown, USC! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
How nice is it to know, man, late in the ball game when I need it, I can keep the football on the ground, not get super complicated.
Oh, they try to trick him. The holder wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Here come the Irish back on offense. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He wants to change this route. Back to throw, it's Roach. Finds a man on the right. Able to work into the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Love the accurate throw by the quarterback there. Curl route against man coverage. You got to put that right into the body of the wide receiver who's running back towards you. Nice job executing it, and they pick up the 1st.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Hauls it in. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And a big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got it in more than enough for a 1st down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Holds and fires complete to the right. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil, guys. See if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Back to throw, it's Roach. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good. And with just over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
Well, the offense and special teams did their job right here late in the 4th quarter. They put themselves now in position to win this game. It all comes down to the defense. Can they deliver? If they get the stop, they win this game.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Makes a move. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Clock is still running and they have to get everybody lined up. Leaves it with the back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. The give to the back. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Fouls through the defense. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Got him, and nobody's close. Spins away from one. Touchdown, Trojans! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
The snap sets up the throw. Makes the catch. The two-point conversion is good.
I like it. Nice execution. Catch the football. Get it out of your hand. Nice rhythm, nice timing for that two-point conversion.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his own 20. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Roach. With the catch, it's Potts. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. The offense changing the play. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. Bringing the heat. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on second down. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to pass, and they don't have a lot of time to work with. He's taking a deep shot. He's got it down the left side. It's a seam wide open. They make the stop, but that's going to do it here as time has expired, and that'll just serve to pad the stats. Tommy Trojan rides with a sword on his belt and a jeweled shillelagh at his side after knocking off the Fighting Irish. Thanks so much for spending some time with us.